This video is all about a player you should know so much about as Derby County fans already, maybe even Blackpool fans if you've clicked on this video. It is all about Karamako Dembele. Here's a player who could potentially take Derby's forward line to completely new heights. A versatile player who can play throughout midfield and in a front three. A player who I would really like to see come to Derby County. He's currently spent his time on loan at Blackpool. He still has another couple of years on his contract over in France. But is there a potential opportunity for him to come back to England and join Derby County for their championship campaign? Now, I am assuming you all know who Karamako Dembele is already, but what a talent. He burst onto the scene really young with Celtic. I believe he was playing for their under-20s at 13 years old. He made his breakthrough to the first team and struggled a bit with injury before moving over to France. Not quite got the opportunities he desired, which then led him to a loan move this season where he spent time at Blackpool. And anybody who's followed League One this season just knows how good Karamako Dembele has been. He has been absolutely pivotal to everything Blackpool have done. And for me, he could probably easily make that step up to a top-end championship, maybe bottom half Premier League side. And I do believe there is a whole host of interest in Karamako Dembele throughout this summer. I do believe it's going to extend. I know Portsmouth have been interested in him recently, but are Derby County even looking? Now, for me, I think they'd be stupid if they didn't explore the option. Is there a link or anything? Nothing seriously credible, but if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. Stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and Euro 2024 content. Let me know your thoughts on a potential deal for Karamako Dembele. I personally think it would be an absolutely brilliant one. Make sure when you type that comment, you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll let you now get back to the video. I just know that with Paul Warne, with his coaching staff and the recruitment we've done, barely any of them have been publicly known. The only ones that were was Corey Blackett-Taylor. Sonny Bradley felt like a manifestation from the fans where no one really knew he was signing, but then all of a sudden he signed, but everybody wanted him to sign. So it's one of those for me where this could be a deal that gets right pulled out of the hat and just happens. I really think it would be a mega deal for Derby County to bring in Karamako Dembele, still just 21 years of age. Currently contracted to Stade Brest 29 over in France. He's spent the last season at Blackpool on loan and his contract expires in 2026. Now, if we do look at his career as a whole, he spent time at 3 senior clubs: Celtic, Stade Brest and Blackpool. He's made 75 appearances, 3,468 minutes with 10 goals and 14 assists, picking up 5 yellow cards. Now, a majority of that is at Blackpool. If we do take a look now, 47 appearances for Blackpool, 9 goals, 14 assists. An incredible season at League One level. And I personally do believe he could translate that to the Championship with ease. I think there's just so much about him. He's so composed on the ball. He's so technically gifted. He's got really good movement off the ball. Now, when they played against Derby back at Pride Park just a few weeks ago, was it a few weeks, a couple of months ago, I felt like he was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. He was just absolutely dominating the ball, picking it up in really nice places, creating some fairly decent, like, half chances, I'm going to say, because I don't think Blackpool really created anything pivotal that day. If you do want to go and look at my match day video from that, I'll link it in the video. So make sure you do stay tuned to the channel for things like that. That'll be coming back as the season starts again. But obviously, made 18 appearances at Stade Brest. Didn't really hit the ground running, and similarly at Celtic, only made 10 senior appearances, but he's still very young. Now, it feels like he's been about forever, because when he broke onto the scene, he was like 13, 14 years old, a tiny little kid playing with adults, and I really do think that he's got all the ability to go all the way. Now, he can play in a range of different positions. He can play in central midfield. He can play as a number 10. He can play as a number 9 or in behind a number 9. And he can play on either wing. Now, I do think he's got a lot of developing to do. And that versatility just gives him more and more opportunities to do that, because he's got more chances of playing because he can play more roles, and his ability to play football is outrageous. Like, some of the things he does are absolutely crazy. I would love to put clips and stuff into these videos, but whenever I seem to do that, they get struck, so I have to take the clips out, and then it's pointless anyway. So if you want to go and look at a highlight reel, there will be one out there on YouTube of his season with Blackpool. I think he's been phenomenal and mixing about through positions between the right hand side and centrally this season. From what I've seen of him and when I've seen Blackpool play, that's where he seemed to be. I do think he's got something about him. I really think he can make that step up to the Championship or even to the Premier League over the next few seasons. And I think if we look at the depth chart at Derby County, he could slot into one of their midfield roles. He could slot in to any of those forward roles as well. Now, do I think he'd be first choice in those forward roles? I personally think next season it's going to be all about Mendes, Lang and Blackett-Taylor. But if we have the opportunity for Karamako Dembele, an absolutely ridiculous decision not to take him on, in my personal opinion. So you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on a potential deal for Karamako Dembele. Now, what type of deal would be available? Now, you can obviously go out and try and sign him. With 2 years left on his contract, it's probably going to be a bit expensive. Or you can do what Blackpool did. Can we get him in on a loan deal? Because if we can take him for a season, get him 30, 35 games rather than sitting on the bench somewhere not playing, I think that's a massive improvement for the French side. And I do then think that that side could then potentially look to capitalise on an incredible season in the Championship. Now, are they already looking to capitalise on his season at Blackpool? Because there has been a lot of rumours of interest. There's rumours that Portsmouth have been taking an interest in him, but the rumour is that they're cooling off their interest. And then more recently, you've seen that there's news that the likes of Everton and Fulham and West Ham have been looking at a potential deal for Karamako Dembele. Now, for me, I think the positives from Derby is he'll probably play every game, because if you look at the squad right now, we'll go back to it. It is bare, very bare. There's a lot that needs to be done to this squad. I've got a few videos that I've pre-recorded as I go on holiday this weekend. Pre-recorded for next week about the likes of Marek Rodak and how he could improve our goalkeeper department. Daniel Iverson could improve that goalkeeper department. There's a video that I'm also making about Josh Sheehan, who I think could be an excellent addition to midfield. And there is rumours that he could come in. And now, if you think you add those players in, you're bringing the likes of Karamako Dembele to your forward line. You bring in a Josh Sheehan to your midfield. It completely changes the complexion of the season. And I really do think that Derby County should be looking at this. I think it's a massive opportunity to bring in a really, really good player. Even if it is just for a season-long loan, why not? It's worth the risk, in my opinion. Now, do I think that Derby County will bring in Karamako Dembele? I think with the interest that he's got in him from the likes of Fulham and West Ham and teams like that, I do think it's going to be a difficult deal to make. I think if they put in permanent offers, I think obviously he's going to go somewhere like that. Like, it's obvious. Premier League football, Premier League wages over Championship club on a loan deal. So that completely makes sense. I completely understand. But if Derby County can snag a deal for someone like Karamako Dembele, it would absolutely be a brilliant thing to do. I think Paul Warne's got all the capabilities to make this deal happen. He's a brilliant man manager. He talks really, really well. Is he going to be able to get this deal over the line? Is he even going to want this deal? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. And let me know, do you think it's even a possibility? Do you think Derby are even looking at someone of the calibre of Karamako Dembele? Do you even think they're in the budget? I'd love to hear your thoughts, but make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.